From the OU TV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics, proudly combating the thought police since 2016. Here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. Today, the Supreme Court put a hold on the Trump administration's plan to add citizenship as a question to the 2020 census form. Chief Justice John Roberts broke with conservatives to side with liberals, saying that they needed a clearer explanation of what was going on. Why do we need a citizenship question, Trump? Roberts says he needs a genuine justification for any important changes to the super special paperwork that counts the country's population. Specifically, Roberts wrote, accepting contrived reasons would defeat the purpose of the enterprise. After Thursday's ruling was announced, President Trump tweeted that he has inquired with the lawyers whether the census can be delayed. Can anyone really believe that a great country, we are not able to ask whether or not someone is a citizen? Only in America. Now, adding a citizenship question would result in an undercount of millions of people. People that fear acknowledging that there's a non-citizen as part of their household, they're fearing that they're going to get invaded by ICE, is basically what I'm saying, so they wouldn't tell the truth. It would make it undercut. In fact, there's actually evidence that this is known, not only known, but it's exactly why the Trump administration wants to add the question. The bottom line is, a lower court was right to say, nah, brah, you can't ask that question. It was taken off the census 50 years ago for a reason. If we're counting the people, we want a good count, not a skewed count. Keeping the question off the census is preserving the status quo, and it is adding it's quite actually radical. It's a crazy idea. It doesn't seem crazy because it's a crazy world we're living in, but putting that on there's not normal. What happens next is not immediately clear. The Trump administration said that it needed to know by today what the plan was. Now, they didn't get what they wanted, and they seem to be saying, okay, we have more time to set things out now. But is there enough time for the Trump administration to try to come up with a new legal rationale for adding the citizenship question to the census? I don't know. Trump is in Japan today attending the G20 summit meeting. Now, Trump is under increasing pressure to take a firm stand against election interference Friday when he holds his first meeting with Russia's Vladimir Putin since the special counsel found extensive evidence of Russia meddling in the 2016 U.S. election. Now, U.S. officials are on high alert for more interference next year. Trump said in advance that he expected a very good conversation with Putin, but told reporters that what I say to him is none of your business, which is kind of breathtaking, isn't it? What are they talking about that no one's allowed to listen into? There was literally just a massive investigation about his collusion with Putin, only to end saying that there's not enough evidence. But sure, he can go ahead and have a secret conversation with him. No big deal, right? No documentation of what they say is needed. I think not. I think there should be documentation. Have a note taker, have something. Why is it so much different than any other meeting? Robert Mueller is now set with a July date to testify publicly before Congress about his investigation into Trump's acceptance of Russia's help in the 2016 elections and Trump's attempts to squash out the investigation. Last time Robert Mueller said 5 words in public, Trump created a massive fake scandal with Mexico, creating a bluster-filled imaginary trade war that he later claimed to have had sorted it all out. Well, isn't that convenient? It's just in time for everyone to stop talking about Robert Mueller and what's really in the highly redacted report that doesn't seem like anybody's bothered to read. Trump's meeting with Putin will be the leader's first extended conversation since the two met in Helsinki, Finland, nearly a year ago. That's when Trump set off an uproar by declining to say that he believed U.S. intelligence officials when they said that the conclusions were that Russia, meddled. He didn't believe that. Instead, he chose to believe Putin's denials of election interference. Putin has denied that Russia meddled in the American election to help Trump win, even though Mueller uncovered extensive evidence to the contrary. That included Russian military intelligence operation to break into the Democratic Party emails and an effort by troll farms to spread divisive rhetoric and undermine the U.S. political system by using phony social media accounts. Now Putin and Trump are together in private again. Cool. Cool. NASA is planning to land a flying robot on the surface of Saturn's moon, Titan, a top target in the search for alien life in the universe. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine made the announcement today. Now, the mission is called Dragonfly. The plan is to fly a robotic rotocraft over the dunes of an alien moon. Now, Titan is home to methane-rich atmosphere, mountains of ice, and the only surface seas in the solar system, besides, of course, the surface seas on Earth. But on Titan, rivers and lakes are full of sloshing liquid hydrocarbons rather than water. If the moon does harbor water, scientists believe it exists underground in an ocean lurking beneath the frozen crust. The complex rings and chains of carbon found on Titan are fundamental to many basic biological processes. Jim Bridenstine said, "Visiting this mysterious ocean world could revolutionize what we know and how we know about life forming in the universe. This cutting-edge mission would have been unthinkable even just a few years ago. But now we're ready for Dragonfly's amazing flight." Dragonfly is predicted to launch in 2026 and arrive on Titan in 2034.